Two-part series on the U.S. Women's Junior Olympic National Championships. We'll see the last two rotations, and we're going to crown a national champion in the all-around in each of the four events. Here are your all-around leaders after two rotations.
Here are the standings after the first two rotations of the meet. The leader is Jordan Weber with a 19.175. Sarah Persinger is in second. Petra Matthews in third. The top three separated by just 0.2 of a point.
Later in our show, we'll take a tour of the International Gymnastics Hall of Fame, which is located here in Oklahoma City. That's our inside story. In our Central Gymnastics segment, I'll give you tips on how to execute a Yurchenko on the vault. We have an exciting show ahead of us tonight. Bart Connor joins me for the conclusion of the 2006 U.S. Women's Junior Olympic National Championships when we come back.
Welcome, everybody, to the 2006 Junior Olympic National Championships here at the Cox Arena and Convention Center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. On the floor now, Lucy Meyer out of St. Paul, Minnesota. The 13-year-old, we saw her on the beam earlier, scored 9.475.
So far, a great competition and great opening pass. Few steps out of that first landing. That'll be a tenth or two. Good energy with this music, though.
The selection of the music is critical. How involved were you in the selection of your routine music?
I was very involved. It was really important to me. I had a certain style. It was more classical. It was important to me to have the type of music that really reflected that, something that I felt comfortable performing to. Again, another nice tumbling pass. These turns, the judges are really looking at their feet, making sure that they're getting a 360-degree turn all the way around. If not, they might lose the skill or might not get all of the points for that skill.
Boy, it's hard to be in a bad mood when you're listening to peppy big band sounds. Lucy Meyer.
And she seems happy with that performance. Here she's setting up one of her tumbling passes. Nice double full. Again, not the highest level of difficulty, but what she did very clean, had a great routine.
And her score, 9.175. Alicia Musser will be up on the balance beam next. Currently tied for 10th in the all-around because of that unfortunate fall on the uneven bars. She's coming into a couple of her best events.
And what a great lesson, because you fall so often in gymnastics and even at the big meets that you have to really learn to just kind of get your frustration out, get it over with, and move on. And that she has done. What a brilliant first pass. Nice front semi. She's got a lot of difficulty in this routine.
I mentioned there were 7 kids in her family. Her other sister, Shariah, is competing in the Junior C competition here. There's really 8 different competitions going on this weekend throughout the Junior Olympics. We're focusing today just on the Junior A division, the youngest athletes who have many of them potential to make it elite and certainly college.
And I think Alicia has a great opportunity to make it as an elite. If anything can be said for this young lady, it's composure, composure, composure. She came back after that fall on uneven bars and did a fantastic job on balance beam.
And she really challenges high level of difficulty, which is a sign that she might be looking towards elite level in national and international competition. Alicia Musser out of Colorado Aerials in Colorado Springs. 9.55. Good recovery for her on the balance beam. Back to the uneven bars, Janelle Portuondo from Orlando Metro Gymnastics, Region 8.
Nice hop to a blind change. And she's gotten her low bar to high bar and high bar to low bar moves out of the way early on. Full pirouette through. It's a nice high double tuck. Now we're missing, of course, that big high flying move, the release move. So, of course, the score is going to reflect that.
Orlando Metro, one of the premier programs in the United States, consistently creating top-level 9, 10 collegiate and even elite gymnasts. They have 3 gymnasts currently on the national team. As you see, the 9.05 for Janelle Portuondo. Gymnastics fans might know Shayla Worley, Cassie Price, and Melanie Sinclair, all members of the USA national team. To the beam now, Shane Lee Fox from the WOGA program in Texas.
Another great breeding ground for world-class gymnasts. I love watching this young lady on balance beam. Watch her hand movements, everything she does. She finishes out beautifully. Very steady, just takes her time, thinks about each skill as it comes. Exactly the way you need to do it on the beam.
She says this is her favorite event. She began gymnastics at the YMCA. And her ultimate goal is to get a college scholarship. The end of May, she'll turn 13 years of age.
Beautiful front aerial to a split jump, wolf jump. Hitting that 180 degrees with no problem. Nice flexibility.
I really like her technique.
I love her technique. And it is serving her well, certainly. Very nice beam routine. Flip-flop layout, step out for her series, and she's a little off there, but covers it so well, there will be no deduction.
Perhaps lacking just a little power, but 9.25 for Shane Lee Fox on the beam. Sarah Persinger having a terrific meet today. She's currently in second place in the all-around. We saw that outstanding vault. She scored a 9.75. She currently has the top score in vault today.
Nice kip up to the high bar. Nice tight form. Hiked Jaeger, catching the bar with no problem. Judges looking for that nice fluid swing throughout the routine. Beautiful double layout dismount, most difficult dismount we've seen today. Take a look at this replay. She really winds up for this dismount, creates a lot of speed. Nice double layout, little leg split, but nails that landing.
And a 9.5 for 13-year-old Sarah Persinger. More Junior Olympics in Oklahoma City when we come back.
Welcome back to Gymnastics USA. I'm Shannon Miller. We'll continue our coverage of the 2006 U.S. Women's Junior Olympic National Championships in just a minute. It's only fitting, though, since we're right here in Oklahoma City, that we take a look at what the International Gymnastics Hall of Fame, located right here in Oklahoma City, is all about. That's tonight's Inside Story.
The International Gymnastics Hall of Fame was founded in 1987 by gymnastics publisher and historian Glenn Sunby. In 1996, the Hall of Fame was relocated to downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Today, the International Gymnastics Hall of Fame houses one of the world's finest collections of gymnastics history and memorabilia, including an impressive art collection with works by Leroy Neiman, Cristobal Gabaron, and sculptures by Richard McDonald. There is an extensive library of books, magazines, and videos from all over the world, as well as medals and competition mementos dating back to the early 1900s. Every year, a glamorous black tie event is held in Oklahoma City to honor the newest inductees into the Hall. As of the year 2003, 43 athletes and contributors from 15 different nations have been enshrined in the Hall of Fame. Come to the Hall of Fame and you'll surely enjoy the tributes to some of the Olympics' greatest stars, including Nadia Comaneci, Olga Korbut, Mary Lou Retton, and many others. You may also like to visit the gift shop, where you can purchase t-shirts, posters, magazines, videos, and more. The International Gymnastics Hall of Fame, located at 120 North Robinson in Oklahoma City. For more information, call 405-235-5600, or you can visit the website at ighof.com.
What a great place for gymnastics enthusiasts. If you ever get a chance to come to Oklahoma City, come check out the International Gymnastics Hall of Fame. Now, let's get back to the competition.
Welcome back. We continue the competition in rotation 3 here at the 2006 Junior Olympic National Championships. It sure is great having the International Gymnastics Hall of Fame right here in Oklahoma City. And we'll join the vault now here at the Junior Olympics, Gabrielle Swart from Parkettes.
Judges looking for some power. Oh, big vault, lots of distance created, and she's so tiny.
Her score 9.475. Kiera Glover's coach is Dennis Harrison. He was a fine gymnast. We asked him about the difference between competing and coaching.
Very rewarding, but I'll tell you it's a lot different than competing. Competing is a lot easier because you know you're prepared. You go out there, when you raise your hand to compete, it's you, it's the equipment, and it's all about what you can do while you're up there to make yourself hit your routine. When it's your athlete, they salute, you've done your work. Like at this point, basically, our work is done as coaches. At this point, it's their turn. Go out there and show what they can do. And when they raise their hand, it's much more nerve-wracking because you know they're prepared, but you can't get up there and do it for them. At some point, they have to get up there and they have to just do it. And when they're 12 years old, 13 years old, a lot of things can happen to little girls, when the lights come on, and you just hope that you've done your job in preparing them. And if they make a mistake, then as a team, coach, gymnast, you go back to the drawing board and try to correct it for the next time.
Kiera Glover now on the balance beam. Let's see if she can recover from that very disappointing 7.95 on the uneven bars.
Very difficult. Tough to put yourself in that situation and then go to the balance beam.
Coach Dennis Harrison said she is the hardest worker and the nicest kid in the gym. A pleasure to work with.
Kiera was still in the gym when I was training for the 2000 Olympic team, and she was just this little spitfire of a girl that was absolutely the hardest worker even then.
Started gymnastics at 2 years of age. Her mom is a nurse at the OU Medical Center.
She is making her way through this beam routine very well. All she has left is the dismount. Nice, strong comeback for Kiera Glover. Very nice.
Nice recovery from that disappointment on the uneven bars.
Right here, closing off a nice, solid set with a double twist. Good landing.
9.425, Kiera Glover. To the vault now, Kayla Williams.
Strong run, nice power. She lands a little low with her chest down, but she gets some good height and distance. Yurchenko, a rounded back handspring onto the horse, a full twist off.
9.525. She is an explosive young lady. We saw her earlier in the floor. Petra Matthews now in third place at the halfway point in this competition. Says her ultimate goal is to be a member of the U.S. national team. This 7th grader started gymnastics at 3 years of age. Her favorite events, the floor and the vault. And those are the 2 events that she will close on in today's competition.
And you can see how powerful she is just in her legs alone. So I am interested to see what she does on floor and vault. Opening up, nice big double Arabian. Her dance is also very clean, very precise in all her movements.
She was second in the U.S. Classic in 2005, choosing to compete in level 10 because there are more competitions available for the level 10 competitors than the elite athletes. But next year, she intends to go elite full-time.
And I don't think she's going to have too much of a problem going elite. This is an amazing routine, so much energy, so much power.
It's a big step up in commitment for the athletes and their families when they do go elite. In terms of time, commitment, and training, wow, she can do it all.
Great job on the floor exercise.
Typically, a level 10 can work out 4.5 hours a day, but if you're going to be an elite athlete, it requires 2-a-day training, 6-7 hours a day of workout. Some kids opt to go to homeschooling, although I like to remind people that, Shannon Miller, you're America's most decorated gymnast, and you did it the whole way through public schools, didn't you?
I did, and it was something that was very helpful to me. I got that balance of kind of being a normal kid along with the gymnastics and the 40-plus hours it takes a week to get there.
And we'll be back with the conclusion of Rotation 3 right after this. City, it's the 2006 Junior Olympic National Championships, and we are in Rotation 3 of 4. Jordan Weber is in first place at the halfway point in this competition. Getting ready for the uneven bars, perhaps the toughest event for this tiny little 10-year-old.
And she had a long jump up there, but her height's going to make uneven bars a little bit easier. She can get in between them pretty well. Got her first big release move out of the way right off the bat.
She's already training 30 hours a week.
Incredible, very nice dismount to close with. Way to leave an impression with the judges.
There's John Geddert, her coach. She happens to also be a straight-A student. That's not uncommon with a lot of these very focused and dedicated young ladies.
What can I say? Gymnasts tend to be smart. No, it's great. It's a great combination, and they're very determined in all things that they do.
She'll be happy with that score. That's the event that she struggles a little bit on, and she gets a 9.375. Jordan Weber having a great competition for her and for her Region 5 teammates. Casey Gassaway now on the vault from Region 2.
Strong run. Going to see our first forward vault today. Front handspring, front pike at the half turn. Watch, she lands a little bit low, chest down. She nice block off the horse, a little flat, a little tough on that landing. Her hips are back, causing her to take that one step backwards.
That vault is judged from a 10-0 start value like some of the others, so a 9.3. Keegan Johnson now to the bars. Region 5 having a great competition so far.
Each of these girls try to hit those handstands all the way vertical. Beautiful piked Jaeger. Missed the handstand just a tad on that overshoot. She'll get a small deduction for that, as well as the leg separation. Finishing up very nicely. Saves that landing. She's about to take a step, and she does the nice slide judges finish.
She even looked a little surprised when she stuck that landing. That's a very difficult tuck double front, keeping her knees together. Nicely done for Keegan Johnson, 9.475, one of the best scores of the day. To the floor now, Alexandra Christensen from Southampton, New York, the 12-year-old. Trains at Expertise Gymnastics. Says beam and floor exercise are her favorite events.
And again, we're seeing right off the bat that she has had some dance training. Coming through strong, nice double pike, over rotates it, but stays in bounds.
She began gymnastics in 1996. She was inspired when she saw your team, Shannon, the Magnificent Seven, win the Olympics.
That's so exciting about gymnastics. It's the one thing you can always look forward to. It's generation to generation. I got involved because of those that went before me and the excitement I saw with the '84 Olympic team, and then again in '88. And it's nice to know that we continue to have an effect on the younger athletes.
She started, like many of these gymnasts, in a Mommy and Me program and very quickly realized that she was learning skills easily and decided to take up competitive gymnastics. She said one of the best aspects of this is the travel. Many of these kids have traveled all over the country at such a young age. She won't even be 13 until the middle of May, and yet they have had lots of national travel, and many of these young athletes will experience plenty of international travel as a result of their gymnastics as well.
We've come to the end of competition in rotation 3. When we come back, Shannon will show us how to execute a Yurchenko on the vault in the Essential Gymnastics segment.
Okay.
Welcome back to another edition of Essential Gymnastics. Today, we're going to take a close look at one of the most common vaults being performed today, the Yurchenko. Today, I have with me Amber from Parkettes Gymnastics in Allentown, Pennsylvania. One of the most common vaults being performed today is the Yurchenko, named after Natalia Yurchenko of Russia. This vault begins with a round-off onto the board, a back handspring onto the horse, and a back salto off. Amber's going to show us a laid-out Yurchenko, and then she's going to show us one of the most difficult vaults being performed today, a double twisting Yurchenko. Are you ready? Yep. First, Amber is demonstrating a laid-out Yurchenko. Watch closely as Amber completes 2 full twists before landing. That was a terrific vault by Amber. That's the type of vault that you'll see in world-class competition. Join us again next week for another Essential Gymnastics tip. Now, back to the show.
Thanks, Shannon, for the tips on the vault. Let's continue our competition now with the start of rotation 4.
The score on the floor for Alexandra Christensen was a 9.425. So let's take a look at the standings after 3 of 4 events. Petra Matthews, our leader, Sarah Persinger in second, Jordan Weber in third. The top 3 separated by just 1/10 of a point, folks. To the vault now, Lucy Meyer, currently in 8th.
Nice handspring front pike. She hit some distance on that vault.
She took off in Oklahoma City, landed in Tulsa.
Tremendous distance. A little bit bent knees, a little early for that landing, causing her to step forward, but wow, what a vault.
9.3, the score for Lucy Meyer. On the beam now, Janelle Portuondo of Region 8, which is the southeast part of the United States.
She could use a little bit more split on those straddle jumps. Judges want to see that straight line across, 180 degrees.
The teams in Region 8 include Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, the 2 Carolinas, and Tennessee.
She might be waiting a little bit long for that start. Now she's getting each of her requirements in. We saw her flight series, which she had the bobble on, and of course the full turn. Good side semi. She's just having a little trouble with these landings, just a little bit off here and there. And again, these judges are going to catch her on those splits. It was difficult to see from our angle, but she did have that right leg drop down, which means it wasn't 180.
Not a bad performance for Janelle Portuondo from Orlando Metro Gymnastics in Orlando, Florida. And her score, a 9.25 for that performance on the beam. We're going to go to the bars now. From parkettes, next up is Leah Del Priore. We asked her what would be her ultimate goal.
What would be great would be, you know, the Olympics, and that's what everyone shoots for. But if that doesn't happen, I'd be just as happy with a good college scholarship to a top 10 school.
It's interesting, Shannon, that at just 13 years of age, Leah Del Priore already has that mindset, the value of a college education based on her gymnastics.
It is, and it's so important for these young girls to understand that it's not just all about the Olympic Games. Very few make it, and there are so many other opportunities out there, and a college scholarship is absolutely a fantastic one.
Watching this competition is a better reflection of what gymnastics in America is. Thousands of kids having a good time, achieving, and several of them getting full college scholarships as a result of their hard work. Leah Del Priore, 9.175 for the bars. Sarah Persinger now on the beam. Currently in second place in this tightly contested all-around battle.
And she needs to hit a solid beam routine to pop herself up into that gold medal slot.
She hit her bars routine. Some of the other challengers for the all-around gold medal today struggled on the bars.
And she's beautiful in this event. Nice flexibility. She's chosen choreography that shows that flexibility, that nice pointed toe.
Oh!
Layout step out to back handspring, and she didn't need that fall. She didn't need that miss. And that's unfortunate. She got off to that right side and just couldn't save it.
Her scores up to this point, a 9.325 on floor. She had that 9.75 on vault and a 9.5 on bars.
She has stayed very composed afterward. That's a big fall, and to come back, she's doing some more difficult skills, front aerial. A lot of leap series to go. She's got a full beam routine ahead, and she's stayed very composed throughout.
She hopes to try for Junior International Elite in June of 2006 and get on that fast track towards international competition for the U.S.
Nice solid finish. Here is her where she had that mistake. Layout, step out, and you can see her right foot just got off on the very end, and there's no way to save that. She's too far off.
But going for a very high level of difficulty, which bodes well for her future as an international competitor. 9.025 for Sarah Persinger. To the vault now, Raven Gao from Nebraska School of Gymnastics, a 13-year-old.
Yurchenko full off, common vault, does it very well, nice power, gets some distance.
At this level, that vault is from a start value of 10.0.
Get some height and distance, nice straight legs in the air, a little split right before she landed, and a couple steps kind of on the landing, but overall very nice.
Alicia Musser, currently in 5th place, probably would be in the lead if it weren't for that fall on the uneven bars. Unfortunate mistake. But this is the event where she really has a chance to show her explosiveness. Shannon, you mentioned she can do a double twisting double back on the floor. I don't think she'll be going for it today, but we'll see what she chooses.
Opts for a nice high full twisting double back. She is training the double-double in the gym, J.C. Phelps, her coach said.
You can tell by that opening tumbling pass she can make a double-double.
You can tell. Such power, such height. 2.5 twist punch front. Overdoes that one just a little bit as well. You mentioned the fall, and that's really what gymnastics is all about. It's not maybe the best gymnast in the world, but it's the best gymnast at any particular time. It's whoever hits that day. Very nice performance throughout this routine.
For many of the gymnasts who opt to go elite, there are very few competitions throughout the year. Several training camps at the National Training Center down in Houston, Texas at Bella Caroli's camp. But the benefit of competing level 10 is you can get lots of competitions under your belt to gain that valuable experience.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I remember growing up is I competed in a lot of competitions, and it helped me so much to gain that experience very quickly.
Enormous amount of potential for Alicia Musser out of Colorado Aerials.
Great competition today, an unfortunate uneven bar set, but comes back beautifully on floor exercise.
Her score, a 9.575. Remember that name, folks, Alicia Musser. Olympic champion Valerie Liukin, member of the International Gymnastics Hall of Fame here. As a coach, we asked him about the strength of the U.S. program.
Well, the program is booming. You can see this. You know, it's the greatest program in the world right now. And you can see we've proven that with the medals on the international level. And of course, this is a level where it's all started. Big gymnastics, and the nationals are huge. I would compare that maybe to China. You know, we have a big national championships of level 10.
And the entire Liukin family in attendance, all of them either world or Olympic champions. How about that? Shane Lee Fox trains at Liukin's program, WOGA, in Plano, Texas.
And this gym, they spend so much time really paying attention to the details and the dance. And it's refreshing to see that. It's at an international level, these performances.
I mentioned all of the Liukins being world or Olympic champions. Nastia, the reigning world champion on 2 events. Her mother, Anna Liukin, was a former world champion in the sport of rhythmic gymnastics. And of course, Valerie competed in the '88 Olympics, where he won gold medals for what was then the Soviet Union.
I mean, so maybe a little talent in that family.
They moved to the United States many years ago, were coaching in Louisiana, and then opened up their own program in Plano, Texas. And in a short period of time, their record and contribution to the U.S. program has been enormous.
And I have a feeling their contributions to this sport are going to continue for years and years. So far, this has been a beautiful performance. A little low in that last tumbling pass, but her dance is spectacular.
Shane Lee Fox competing for WOGA and Region 3 at these Junior Olympic Championships.
Tumbling's a little rough here, front full to a pike front, a little low in that landing.
9.275, the score for Shane Lee Fox. Next up on the bars from parkettes is little Gabrielle Swart. She competes for that powerhouse Region 7. She's had a pretty good day so far. This is the 4th and final rotation at these Junior Olympic National Championships.
A little bit of leg separation here and there. Tiny form breaks.
That's a big transition release for such a tiny little gymnast.
Yes, it is.
I'm impressed she hung on.
You can't tell how far the bars are apart from this angle, but they are so wide for these little girls. And closing with a full twisting double back.
Her coach, John Holman from the Parkettes, happy with that one.
Nice level of difficulty, full twist, double back. Holds on to that landing.
Good job for Gabrielle Swart. 9.4. To the floor now. Kiera Glover, 3-time member of the TOPS national team. TOPS stands for Talent Opportunity Program, and that's a program USA Gymnastics put in place many years ago to essentially identify the most physically gifted and talented athletes, and Kiera Glover certainly fits in that category.
She does, and she's such a talented athlete. Unfortunately, she has had a rough day today. opening. Pretty solid double pike to open. Kiara will have many more chances and many more opportunities ahead to continue to compete.
I have to admit, this music is not inspiring me. It seems a little like background music as opposed to a complete presentation. What do you think?
It does. I completely agree. It's kind of in the background. It's, you know, the routine follows along, but it doesn't really inspire you.
A lot of talent for Kiara Glover. We'll see a lot from this 12-year-old for sure in the future.
A rough competition today, but she does finish it off with a solid performance on floor.
So for the young lady from Dynamo Gymnastics, a 9.225 on the floor. There's another young lady who didn't have her best meet so far, Erica Brewer from Champions Gymnastics in Louisville, Kentucky. She is up now on the beam. So far, her scores today a little lower than expected. 9.15 on the floor, 8.95 in the vault, a 7.85 on the bars.
Finishing up on balance beam, doing well so far. Very nice flight series. It's always nice to end with a good routine. Even if you've had a bad day, if you can end with a good set, kind of have that in your mind going forward.
She is a very explosive little gymnast. I always wondered if the really small gymnasts, the fact that their center of gravity is closer to the beam, if it really is an advantage.
It sure seems like it should be, and she is very solid.
She's fearless up there.
Good for her. Great way to end the competition.
Really nice double back. Expect a good score for Region 5's Erica Brewer.
Nice big dismount. Round off double tuck.
And there you go, young lady. How about that? 9.575 for Erica Brewer on the beam. Great way to close out the competition for her.
We'll be back with more of Rotation 4 right after this.
Welcome back inside the Cox Arena here in Oklahoma City for the final performances in these Junior Olympic National Championships. More than 100 college coaches on hand to recruit. And even though we're seeing athletes competing in the Junior A division, gymnasts between 10 and 13 years of age, it's never too early to start identifying potential talent for hopeful scholarships. Casey Gassaway on the bars now. You saw her scores in the 3 previous events. This is her final performance of the day.
Nice swing so far. She's got that quick swing. Gets her around the bar on these moves, these front giants. Beautiful straddles Jaeger.
Very high. Nice, clean form.
Very clean. Finishing off. Nice routine. Great way to finish the competition, sticking that forward landing.
Her coaches are thrilled. She said before the competition, vault was her favorite event. Well, it might be changing to uneven bars because look at the technique and form throughout.
Beautiful form and technique. That dismount was incredible in that landing perfection.
9.5. That ties for the high score of the day on the uneven bars. To the beam now, this is Jessica Staples. She said this is her favorite event. Staples competes for the Cincinnati Gymnastics Academy.
Another producer of top talent with Amanda Borden and J.C. Phelps.
Her highest score today so far was a 9.475 on the uneven bars.
This is a pretty solid routine so far. I think she could top that. Beautiful, solid front aerial.
Well, she's very complete on this event. It's not uncommon when gymnasts say their favorite event. It also happens to be their best event, usually.
Tends to work out that way. Wow, great routine. A little short of that landing, but overall, beautiful set.
And world-class level of difficulty in that exercise. Expect a big score.
I love this mount. Interesting mount. Gets the judges paying attention.
She said before the meet she's a country music fan. She likes Rascal Flatts. Well, they're pretty big down here in Oklahoma as well.
Yeah, she came to the right place.
Her Region 5 teammates and coaches thrilled with that performance, and a 9.65 for Jessica Staples on the beam. That is the high score of the meet today. Mackenzie Martinez from Twin Falls, Idaho will be next up on the bars.
Bar's a tough event for a lot of these girls today. Interesting move right up to the high bar. I'm sure that caught the judges by surprise. Nice routine, good handstand there at the end, a little form break. Nice solid dismount. What a great routine.
We're seeing an enormous amount of talent in this competition. Good technique. You can tell these kids are well coached.
They are. Good technique. I love her toe point. And watch this move. Swings down like she's going to do a giant, right up to the high bar. Catches it no problem.
And the score for Mackenzie Martinez, a 9.05. She's happy with that. And her competition day is over. Jordan Weber now set to go on the beam. She's in third place after 3 events. We mentioned earlier that the top 3 are all separated by 1/10 of a point. This all-around battle is close.
And she is such a little powerhouse that you have to wonder what's going to happen on the balance beam. Sometimes when you're real powerful, it's hard to stay on the beam. Beautiful forward planche to start.
Her coach, John Geddert, said this about her: she's a diamond for sure. What she did in the past few years is like a first grader going to 6th grade in just 3 years. She has progressed through the ranks of the USA Gymnastics program very, very quickly.
Good flexibility, nice 180-degree split.
Looking at this performance, you can sense that she's a little green in terms of fluid motion and a more mature presentation, but considering that she is fearless and she can do all this difficulty, you got to believe she has all the potential in the world.
Absolutely. She's so powerful, and she's got the skills. She's got the raw talent you can see. She just needs to work on that composure and getting that fluid motion, becoming a seasoned athlete. But she's got the skills. Nice side tuck back. Right to her jump. All these connections extremely important to gain those 1/10 of a point. I think we're going to see her for a long time to come.
I agree. Jordan Weber, 9.425, and her final performance of the day. Here is our final performer of the competition, Petra Matthews. You see it, folks. She needs a 9.35 to win. I don't think that's going to be a problem for her.
She's a powerhouse, and this is a great event for her. Huge Yurchenko full twist. Wow, there was some power going on. A lot of height, a lot of distance, great form in the air, everything the judges are looking for.
Great to see the power combined with such great technique.
It really is. She gets a great block off the horse, beautiful form in the air.
All she needs is a 9.35. She's going to get that and more. And there it is, a 9.7 for Petra Matthews. She will win the Junior A division here at the Junior Olympic National Championships. Shannon and I will have the final results when we come back right after these messages. For a final recap on the results here at the 2006 Junior Olympic National Championships. In the all-around, Petra Matthews wins with a 38.35. Jordan Weber, 37.975 is second. And Alicia Musser with a 37.675 earns the bronze. On the vault, it was Sarah Persinger with a 9.75 who gets the national title. Petra Matthews the silver, Alicia Musser and Leah Del Priore tie for the bronze. On the uneven parallel bar, Sarah Persinger gets another gold medal with a 9.5, but she ties this time with Casey Gassaway. And the bronze was a tie between Jessica Staples, Keegan Johnson, and Asi Peiko. On the balance beam, the gold medal goes to Jessica Staples with a 9.65. Erica Brewer earns the silver medal. And there was a three-way tie for the bronze between Petra Matthews, Alicia Musser, and Megan Morange, all with a score of 9.55. On the floor exercise, Petra Matthews with a score of 9.675 gets the gold medal. Jordan Weber's 9.65, good enough for silver, and Alicia Musser with a 9.575 earns the bronze. Shannon?
Thanks, Bart. What a great competition here in Oklahoma City. I have just been so impressed with the level of this meet and these athletes. America's young talent truly gets better and better every single year. Well, that concludes today's competition, but join us again next week for European Championships. For Bart Connor, I'm Shannon Miller. Thanks for watching.